Welcome to A Bold and Distant Future. It's the end of the year. It's 2026. We made it. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, we're going to start off this kind of freewheeling show today with a look at the Bold and Distant Future guiding principles. There are 8 of them. I don't know how many fans see the guiding principles and fly by in our opening credits, but they're there. We'll look at them quickly, and at the end of the show, if people want to stick around, we can do a deeper dive into the principles one by one. We'll see if that makes the show. So what are the Bold and Distant Future guiding principles?
Yes, indeed. What are they?
Stay informed. That's our first
Sometimes. I'll say sometimes. That doesn't always happen.
Well,
sometimes I purposefully tune out.
We're doing better than most. Vote. Don't forget to vote. That's another guiding principle around here. We take notice of that. Organize locally. That's one I've not done enough of.
I haven't either, but I take part, so.
Yeah, defend the separation of church and state. I don't know how to do that other than speak about it.
Depends on the church you're talking about, too.
That's true. Use your voice, people. You've got a voice, use it.
Yeah, make your own signs. Don't just get one of those ones that they hand out at the events.
Yeah. Support marginalized groups. Educate yourself on history and authoritarianism. There
are some great books out there for that.
Yeah, and build resilient communities. We need to be resilient because we're going to get thrown back, but we need to be able to pick ourselves up and move forward. Those are the 8 guiding principles of the show. I don't know if I've ever stated them out directly this way. I think maybe once in the past, but we'll talk about them more in depth at the end of the show if people want to, and we'll attach it to this show if needed. Another guiding principle, and this is my plea. I'm trying to only type in lowercase because I hate capitalism. Don't ask me why. Do we remember this book?
Not at all.
Combating Cult Mind Control.
It isn't working, apparently.
Yeah. It's not. Well, awareness is important.
Yeah, and there's a few people out there that keep hammering it.
Here's one of the pages from that book that I think is really important, and I'm sorry, Stephen Hassan, you can sue me. Screenshot it, look at it later. It gives you healthy and unhealthy continuum for individuals, leaders, and organizations. So the healthy things we want to do are right up there.
That empower individuals under the leaders, that's one of the ones that it goes south all over the place, not just in politics.
Mm-hmm. Is that because of human nature? Why do you think that happens?
That's a really good question. I don't want to say that that's part of human nature, but it might be.
Oh, let's go felon. That became a bad battle cry, but it didn't stick around because we're not as vindictive or we're not as small-minded. It's not like let's go Brandon. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, she was one of my heroes, Bishop Buddy. I'm telling you, she was the one.
She was a hero.
She is a hero, and she spoke directly to Trump and his cronies at the first presidential memorial of some kind. What was that event?
The inauguration?
And it was sort of connected to the inauguration. So that happened a year ago. Trump was sworn in January 20th.
My mom's birthday. What a way to celebrate.
Geez. Did you guys get a Trump Bible?
No, we did not.
Neither did I.
$50? Are you kidding me? Talk about a markup.
Well, Trump crowned himself King of America and posted this on the White House website. Not the website, social media. Well, this was the AI-generated video that I think you and I looked at, Eddie. Remember looking at this?
Yeah.
It's the Gaza. That was about a year ago.
I think that bronze should be melted down and used for something more artistic.
It's gold, Eddie. Gold.
Yeah, we'd like to believe there's that much commitment.
Well, many of our friends and acquaintances were out in front of the Tesla headquarters quite a bit this year.
I took part in a couple.
I never have gone to one myself.
Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know if it's might still be going on, but it was organized by a local group here, and they were very committed. Our next door neighbor definitely was an ongoing part of it for a good long stretch, every Saturday.
Wow. Well, this is not normal was a message that Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury put out during the Trump inauguration, and this fellow, Al Green, spoke out. When Trump said we have a mandate to do what we want to do, he stood up and said, you do not have a mandate. I don't know if you remember these moments from the inauguration.
He doesn't have a mandate, but he's been trying to spin that the whole time, saying, yes, I have a mandate. He won by less than Hillary lost by.
Right.
Think about that.
And then this kind of the stream of anti-DEI feeling was going through the nation. This elementary teacher in a state that I don't recall put that up in her classroom and was almost fired. The economy's been boosted with sales of these little guys.
Yeah, you know what? I saw one at one of the rallies, and I was going, oh, it's real.
Kristi Noem did a photo shoot at a prison in El Salvador. I believe it's the one they just did that 60 Minutes piece on that was banned.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
Anything I would say would be completely negative. I don't want to go there to start the year.
I know we're already going negative. Trying to be positive. That's a good reminder, Eddie, to keep things positive. And I always say it's for myself. I want to keep things positive.
Well, on the positive side, every one of those prisoners got to look at her butt.
Yeah, there you go.
Little thrill for a moment.
So when Trump said he could kill someone on Fifth Avenue, he killed the economy on Fifth Avenue.
This is a great political cartoon.
Me too. I love this one. I love this. Genius. I kind of sometimes thought of our show as just a meme analysis kind of a show where we just look at memes and try to pick apart what's happening in the world that way.
Yay!
Yeah, well, the No Kings, I put this one up because Wyoming is our reddest state.
It is?
It is. It's the most Republicans are registered and voting in Wyoming, and they had a No Kings protest, and I think a few hundred people showed up.
That's fabulous.
Which is pretty incredible.
Yes, it is. Go Wyoming.
Yeah, go Wyoming. If we know anybody in Wyoming, please get in touch with the show. We'd love to have you on as our correspondent.
I do have a couple of friends in Turkey that live in Cody, believe it or not.
Ooh. I saw this at my protest. Thought it was profound. And that is one of the markers of fascism and authoritarianism is a lack of empathy.
Yeah.
They show no empathy. Very little. Remember this one? I think you and I looked at this the first time when Trump posted himself as the Pope.
Yeah.
And then we put up the, I want to say the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
And he's hit them all. Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, pride. He's got every single one going on.
I think we should make this into a poster for the next rally.
No kidding.
I mean, you could probably make a killing selling these for $10.
That sounds like we're getting into greed. Let's give him out as charity. Hey, this artwork, shall we say, is being proposed. Don't know if it started, but that happened.
That'll, like the one they brought down when Iraq was toppled, they brought down that big statue of Saddam Hussein. That'll give us something to topple. The bright side.
Yeah, so a lot of beautiful symbolic moments lay ahead of us. That's nice. I'm thinking of like chiseling off the names of the different buildings that have been adorned with the Trump moniker.
You bet.
Remember when all of the weapons of mass destruction rolled into Washington, D.C. for the big parade?
How could we forget?
Wow. Looking back on the memories here, powerful. No Kings happened June 14th.
Yeah, the first one, as I recall, I felt the organization was maybe just getting off the ground, and it didn't have the impact that the last one had. The last one was absolutely impressive. So the cool part about that is that the word is getting out.
Yeah, we met a family about a few weeks ago, and they were kind of like, "What is this No Kings thing?" They were still kind of, I mean, they'd heard it, but they didn't quite know what it was about. It was like, really? It's kind of amazing. There was the parade. Look at that, sparsely attended.
Yeah, those stands are full in the first row.
Yeah, people weren't up for it. There were many more people at this protest on the same day, I believe, right? They were on the same day in New York City.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of people.
And think about that whole thing about I'm going to get rid of waste that Trump ushered himself in on, and that whole consideration of how much they had to pay to do that military parade in D.C. for his birthday.
Right.
That's something we didn't really touch on, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was.
We aren't seeing it happen, are we?
Well, this was the picture that I believe, if I remember the story correctly, that became almost kind of against the law to have this picture. And there was one young man visiting from Scandinavia that had this image on his phone, and because he did, he was denied access to the United States. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
This-
yeah. CBS.
This is really happening on a wider scale. The freedom of speech that we once enjoyed is really being diminished by this administration.
Yeah,
And that is an important thing to think about.
they're attacking our voice, our right to speak out.
Exactly.
And this is threats and intimidation from the Trump White House. I believe this was on his social media. Oh, the White House X account. I was the hunted, now I'm the hunter. President Donald J. Trump.
It reminds me of that poster that I sent you from the bar that we were at when we were out fishing.
Ah, right. I don't have that picture here. Well, Trump made an appearance with his friend in the TV show South Park. And they've been a regular co-star to the show.
Yeah.
Ongoing storyline.
It's one of the most fabulously irreverent things that's happening on the tube these days.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible that it even exists. One of our dives into the history here was to look at the It Can't Happen Here book and play. I don't know if anyone out there in the organization went and watched it, but it's out there. There's a radio play that some people do on YouTube. No movie's been made. Boycott the Kennedy Center. We're going to keep that one going.
I think it's working, actually.
Yeah, I think it is.
Sales are off. I forget the percentage. It's a huge percentage.
Right. Well, I scored some vintage vinyl, and on this particular record is a song called The Yarma Valley. Check it out. It's on our channel. Putin met with Trump in Alaska.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's right.
Interesting choice of venues.
It is. It's like, what, because Russia sold us Alaska all those years ago?
Trump's gonna he's probably thinking about selling it back.
I don't know. I'm sure Putin wants to invade it. I'm sure he wants it back. And they rolled out the red carpet for this character. Remember these things? Does anyone remember this stuff?
I would certainly hope so. One of those eternal handshakes. We should just time those and see, what the record is for the year.
Right. Trump does battle when he does a handshake. It's a dominance play, Well, these leaders of the European nation met after Trump met with Putin. That was interesting. This is a website I didn't visit that much. It's called the Ice List Accountability Initiative, and it's where you can post pictures of ice people, take pictures of them and send it up there.
Yeah, one of the I think positive things that happened in relationship to that is that the bill that California passed doesn't allow them to wear masks anymore when they're doing their nastiness.
So is that what we have now in California?
I think
Completely.
it takes effect like the 26th of this month or something like. I don't remember exactly, but it does take effect this year sometime.
I wonder how that's going to be enforced. Interesting. I don't know how this guy made the cut. He's one of the PR spokespeople in the White House. I took this picture at a protest. I thought this was a very literate, wonderful thing to put on a board and walk around and remind people about the tyranny mentioned in the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, that is fabulous.
Yes.
That's why people should make their own signs instead of taking those, poster board ones you can get usually at every event.
No one's ever offered me a free sign. I've always made my own, but this is the F scale from the book on authoritarianism, which we call the Adorno book, but he wasn't the only writer. And we've looked at these before.
What's that?
It's a ice fellow with a gold Trump pin on his tactical jacket.
Is it a real pin or just a decal?
It's a real pin. They sell these pins. I think we have a picture of it coming up at some point if we haven't shown
Well,
it.
you had it already that
Yeah.
Trump loyalists were demanded to wear that, but I didn't realize ICE people had to wear it too.
Well, I don't think really anyone's being demanded to wear it, but people are wearing it. But I think that's kind of got shut down. Then there was this artwork that surfaced.
Of course, that's not his signature. It's all made up.
It's all part of the hoax, as he calls
Yeah,
it.
you bet. All part of the hoax.
Charlie Kirk. We lost Charlie Kirk this year. And 47. That refers to Trump, 47, I guess?
I assume.
Yeah.
I did used to refer to him as 45, but
I do not support political violence. I'm against political violence, but I did not like Charlie Kirk. Sorry. There it is. $5.99.
gold-plated.
Gold-plated.
He's taking a loss on these.
I think so. And then they tried to silence Jimmy Kimmel. He was actually off the air for a week.
And I don't understand the difference between this one and Colbert, because I know there'd be as many people that would write in about Colbert, and it apparently was the pressure from people writing in that convinced the network to put him back up.
I don't know if it was people writing in or people dropping their Disney subscriptions.
Maybe both.
Yeah. But it is interesting how this one resolved itself, but the Colbert one did not. Interesting.
That one's not as interesting as the same chemistry between J.D. Vance and her, just saying.
Yeah. She's really getting cozy with the administration. Stephen Miller spoke these words at the Charlie Kirk funeral service. "We are the storm, and our enemies cannot comprehend our strength. You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk." Martyrdom rally? And then she looks heavenward.
The warrior ethos, yes. Are there any fatties in that crowd?
No, it looks like that guy's a bit
I
overweight.
think that was one of the things that was brought up. No more fatties.
Bunch of fatheads. This was the speech that Trump and Hegseth gave to the generals.
Yeah.
Gathered them all together, and Hegseth tried to act like General Patton.
Good luck.
I don't know if it worked out for him.
I don't think so. I like the way South Park handled it.
What did they do? I forgot.
They brought him in to stop a turkey trot rally. Do you remember these?
No.
You gotta. I'm almost tempted to subscribe so I could watch them on a regular basis, but I wait for the clips to come by, and that was one of them. It was just fabulous, and of course they run him over,
Well, we had a government shutdown,
didn't we?
and Trump is saying here that some furloughed workers don't deserve back pay. I'd forgotten that.
You think about that in terms of the long-term functionality of our government. Our government's been shut down for quite some time because the infighting doesn't really allow them to accomplish much of any worth.
But these
For
are
the Serbs.
These were the horrible young Republicans who were on that text chain, and a lot of people were excusing them because they were just kids, young people. They're young Republicans. Some of these guys were in their 30s.
Kids.
Kids, okay. Redefining what a kid is.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't lost your 11-year-old sense of humor by the time you're 30, something's wrong.
Yeah, maybe they are mentally kids, huh? Protests in Portland got colorful and got fun. They made protesting fun again.
Yeah. I love the fact that ICE didn't know what to do with them.
I went to one of those, but they wouldn't let me in because they had already filled up the list. Huge numbers. I think this was New York City. No kings.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember a drone shot of Market Street in San Francisco going on for blocks and blocks and blocks, packed. You know, so you know it was another thing that approached the numbers of the first Women's March. Remember that back in the first term?
Right. Remember Trump's video where he dressed as a king and a jet pilot and dumped feces on protesters?
Indeed.
Peacefully protesting in our country. Interesting. And then he said, I'm going to build a ballroom. I'll show them I'm going to build a ballroom.
Because he wants to get rid of the waste in D.C. It's part of that campaign. Is the entire interior gold this time?
No idea.
Yeah, this is the one that...
I didn't put this as an AI. This is not a real image, fans. But it symbolically represents... And this is a real image. And it also symbolically represents what's going on in our country.
Indeed. Who was the guy that passed out? I can't remember again.
But he was some kind of pharmaceutical executive, I believe. And I did deep research trying to find his name and his backstory, and it's pretty well blotted out. I couldn't find it. I thought I had it, and then it was the wrong name. So I don't know what they're covering up there. Well, he's sleeping through meetings, and he's desecrating American flags. How can they deny that American flag is not touching the ground? Is there I don't know.
What do you think this bromance is about?
I think Trump wants any favoritism he can get in New York because some of his court cases are being held in New York State.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think he's trying to win favoritism with Mamdani. Mamdani. I think I said his name wrong in the past. Mamdani. Yes.
I love the way he put the medal on himself. You know, he didn't even wait for the person to formally do the thing that they normally do at the Olympics and stuff. You know, where you put your head down and they slide it over your neck.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted the visual of someone else anointing him. He wanted to anoint himself, which is Didn't Napoleon do that?
There wasn't a lot of press coverage, so I don't recall.
I think there was a painting that somebody did.
No doubt.
Of Napoleon crowning himself.
There's some research there to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting near the end of the year here. This is the Epstein files were finally released or are being released. And
what do you think the point of having 2 blocks as opposed to just one is?
I don't know. I guess that's how it covers the rest of the face.
What else are they covering? What are they saying? What do you think the average age of those women are?
I have no idea. It's hard to say. Anyway, this is where we stand right now. We're sifting through files of images from years ago. And they are horrific and horrible to look at, but I don't think they're going to move the needle at all, practically.
What do you think the significance of the next million document dump was, just to keep people off target?
The strategy is great. I mean, I think they are starting these wars in Venezuela and Finland and all this other stuff as total Epstein distractions. But I don't know that the Epstein files are ever going to make an impact because people they don't care. There's such apathy.
Go back to the slide about the cult. Definitely.
Yeah.
Our guy can do no wrong. He's obviously right-hand man to Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to sign out here and say, Eddie, thank you for being here week after week at A Bold and Distant Future.